Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews unboxing. Today we're looking at Lady Haera, the 13th Daughter of Lord Helmawr for Necromunda. So first of all I want to say a massive thanks to Games Workshop for sending us this kit free and early to check out on the site. This is really cool. This is one of the new characters that was introduced in the new campaign for Necromunda. Lord Helmawr's been fatally wounded and his various children and various other factions on the planet are kind of fighting for succession. They all want to kind of take Lord Helmawr's role and lead Necromunda. And one of the big players in that is Lady Haera. She is one of the kind of the strong contenders. A lot of the Helmawr loyalists follow her. She's very manipulative and intelligent and dangerous and mad as a bag of hammers. She is very brutal and has been killing some of her siblings, and yeah, I think she is one to watch during the campaign. So yeah, and the model is finally come out for it. I'm really excited to paint it up because it looks phenomenal. So in this video we'll be having a look at the kit, seeing how it goes together, checking out all the parts. And then in the second half of the video, what we'll be doing is having a look at the painted model and seeing what she looks like. But yeah, without further ado, shall we crack this open and have a look what is inside. So here's all the parts that come in the box, and as you see, she has got quite a few parts to her. So what you're going to want to do, as this is a resin kit, is give all these a good clean and then just check off against the instructions that you've got all the parts as well, because with it being quite a complex model and so intricate small parts, you don't want to lose any. Also be really careful when you're cutting the parts off the gates, because you don't want to damage any of these things like the spears and the sword, and these little kind of like ringlets here are very, very small, so you don't want to accidentally lose them. She looks a really, really nice model to put together though. There's a lot of detail on like her robe. It looks really, really elaborate. Yeah, lots of ornamentation on her. So really, really cool looking kit. Obviously we'll see her built up at the end of the video, but I just want to show kind of the spread of parts. Before we do move on though, I want to let's quick look at the instructions for her and her rules in game too. So we jump to the instructions. Like I said, there's not that many steps, but there's a lot of small parts. So what I would say is just take your time, be patient with it, don't try and rush it, because you're going to end up you know, maybe damaging it or losing some parts if you do. As for building it in sub-assemblies, it looks like a lot of the parts are kind of integral to her kind of robes. So I'm probably just going to build it all in one go and then probably prime it black and start painting it up from there. Obviously in the second half of the video I'll go into a bit more detail on how I've painted it, but I think that's going to be the plan. Spray her up black, and then that lets you leave a lot of the kind of recessed detail black, like the insides of a cape, so you don't need to worry about trying to get a brush in there, because naturally it will look like shadow. But yeah, she should be really cool. Now you also get rules for her in here as well. They are in the Cinderat Burning book as well, but they are here for completion if you just want to pick up this model. Now she's a little bit different because you can't just like hire her to your warband. So in the Cinderat Burning book, depending on whether you've kind of sided with the Helmawr loyalists, there are ways to kind of summon her to it. There's like a chart that you can roll on, and depending on the results she will join your warband for the battle. So that's pretty cool. She has got a teleporting spear, so it's got a homing teleporter in it, so she can throw it and basically it teleports itself a short distance into its target. Now it's got a limited battery life on that, so every time you use it you roll a dice, and on a 1 or 2 the battery runs out, essentially meaning that you can't use her range profile anymore. But it's still really cool. She's also got various servo skulls holding up her dress, and they give her 360 vision as well, so that's pretty cool. We do get a stat card in the box too, and we can see there she's pretty good. 2+ weapon skill, ballistic skill 3+, it's kind of standard human-y kind of stats. She's got 2 wounds. She's got light carapace armor and a refractor field. She has the backstab and dodge skills, and then she's got that power spear. So obviously it can be used in melee, but it can also be used as a ranged attack too, with knockback too and damage too, so that's pretty good. She's also got a phase sword as well that she can use if she's up close and personal. So yeah, nice little range of weapons on her. So let's jump to the future and have a look at what she looks like when she's completed. And here's a look at the completed Lady Haera model. and I've got to say, this is such a nice kit to paint up. I've been really looking forward to painting this one because she is so different. Obviously she's wearing like a big gown, and she's got the servo skulls kind of holding up her dress. All the kind of ornamentation on her was really fun to do. Did it over a couple of nights. I'm sure kind of master Golden Demon painters could do a far better job than me, but yeah, really enjoyed painting her up. It's kind of nice doing characters like this because they become a bit of a kind of palette cleanser. You know, Necromunda's quite unique in that you only need a handful of models to play it. And if you get tired of maybe painting the scheme for your gang, you can paint up a one-off model like this. So yeah, was really happy to paint this up. It was a bit fiddly to put together. So the skull's holding up a dress to the left and the right. Well, the left now as you're coming on screen. There is another piece of that kind of piping that I couldn't really work out where it went, so I ditched it. The dress as well all fits together in a particular way, so just make sure you take your time with it, kind of dry fit all those pieces first. Don't try and rush it, because if you do have any gaps, it's going to make it a bit trickier later on. So it's one of those, I guess, measure twice, cut once kind of jobbies. Because yeah, you will struggle to put together if you put those initial few pieces together wrong or have some gaps in them. It just kind of exacerbates that over the whole model. So just take your time on it. It's well worth it because it's a really nice model. Just something to be aware of. So yeah, that was a quick look at Lady Haera. Now obviously we're going into the new book soon. I don't know when that's out yet, but obviously it's been talked about on Warcom, so the second part of the Succession campaign. So really interested to see what's in that. I know there's talk of stuff for the Corridor, stuff in there for the Enforcers, so hopefully get new models for both of them too. So really looking forward to seeing that. I think Necromunda's in a really good place, and there's been some really cool support from Games Workshop. So yeah, I hope we get more cool kind of one-off models like this too, because they really are kind of nice collector pieces for painters to work on. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, we do lots of posts like this. We do unboxings and battle reports and a painting stream every Sunday. We've also got write-ups on the website for all of these, including the 2 new Arcs of Omen boarding actions boxes containing Snickrot and Farsight. They're both up on the channel and over on the site too. So if you have enjoyed this, give us a follow. If you would like to support us, our Patreon is now open, so I'll stick the details in the description. We also have an Element Games link where if you do buy any goodies from there, we get a little bit of a kickback that helps support the site. But yeah, until next time, have a great weekend and we'll see you soon.